Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. Sorry about the false start there, had a little audio issue, but it's fixed now. Thanks for your patience. It's so good to have you all here. If you're new, click the live chat button. Go ahead and make any request for your healing and wellness, and we're going to go ahead and build a beautiful crystal grid exactly to all of your requests. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. It's wonderful to see you again. And if you're watching this on the replay, hello, you're going to have just as much fun and healing a time as if you were here live. If you would like to join me live, go ahead and click the subscribe button so that you'll always know when I'm live, or check out the listed times and days down below. I'm here 5 times a week right here on YouTube. There's also information in the description below about my live online Reiki certification classes, my crystal shop, how to schedule one-on-one appointments with me, and my social media and community Discord. If you are here today is the 17th of February, 2023. I did put out a poll today. We're going to move the Tuesday 10 a.m. stream, but I want to know from all of you when it would be a good day or time to see you, when you would like to drop in. So go ahead and check out that on your mobile device if you happen to be able to get onto YouTube from that, and let me know when you want to see another stream with me. So let's go ahead and we'll say our hellos. We'll start building that crystal grid together. And if you are watching this on the replay, you can, if you want to skip ahead just to the healing, you can go to the 45-minute to 1 hour mark, probably closer to the 1 hour mark today, or when you see the lights begin to shift. And at that point, I will turn the music up, turn the lights down, and send healing to you wherever and whenever you happen to be. So good to see all of you there. Hey, Tales from the Script, it's been a while. Good to see you. So let's see, we've got Tales from the Script. Lisa, good to see you. Jennifer, Key, and or Patty. Danielle, welcome, all the way from Scotland. I also saw Belinda all the way from Australia. Thank you. I actually didn't get anything new from my crystal dealer. She's also a good friend, and I just hadn't seen her in person in so long. We ended up just hanging out. But I do have a list for her, so I definitely will have some new stuff soon. But it was just really nice to hang out in person for the first time since COVID with her. I missed her dearly. Cora Carr, welcome in. Vincent, if you're there, welcome in as well. Chris and JS. Christina, so good to see you too. Okay, let's dive on into this grid. I've already grabbed a few crystals for us. And Allie, welcome in. Awesome. Some awesome new folks here. Definitely, if you are new here, go ahead. We are nice. We're a friendly group. Make any requests that you happen to have for your well-being. If you have any specific requests, we're going to build this crystal grid first, and then we're going to send the healing out to you wherever you happen to be. So I did see from the top of the list that there were some requests for Christina and JS, but I did start us out here with our mirror here to help and reflect and deflect anything that's not of the highest good. We have some beautiful, and I know it'll fall through here, but underneath this copper spiral, we have a piece of petrified wood. Petrified wood helps us to let go of the previous versions of ourselves and transform even in the really difficult scenarios that might come up in life. It helps us to see what it is to cease as one thing and transform into another. We've also got some citrine, which will definitely help the request I saw for help with the career path. Citrine can be great for not just attracting money and finances, but opportunities to earn them as well. Also helps to balance logic and intuition. We have peridot, and we had that by request. This stone does so many beautiful things, but today I think it would be a great one for breaking up any cycles that no longer serve us, that are no longer helping. It helps to attract new and reassure old friendships that can support us being our best selves. It's also really helpful for things like prosperity in general. If you have any intention on losing weight, If you're struggling with depression or anger or jealousy, this is really thought to help with some of those things. We also have some moss agate, which I thought was just pretty special to have out. So many people are struggling with illness right now. This is thought to help with any kind of illness running through the body, whether it's viral, bacterial, what have you, that it can help your body to kind of gain the upper hand. It's also really helpful for deeply spiritual things, feeling connected to nature for sure, but also connection to your inner child, your higher self, and feeling just connected to spirit in general. So we've got moss agate there. And the copper, of course, helps to break up energy blockages and get the optimal energy flowing for our time together. So yeah, career path is a good one. You need that too. Definitely citrine. And I also wanted to bring in some lapis around that. This can be a really good one to work with around that. It helps with personal responsibility and integrity within ourselves and also in the folks that we work with. So it can really help you with attracting the right people you want to work with in terms of career, but it also is really indicated for career improvement. I also like it for helping me get organized. And it's really great for anything inner ear, whether it's hearing related or vertigo type things. Lapis can be really, really helpful. Green crystal for heart healing. Ooh, there's some good ones for that. I will come back to that. Okay, cool. Tough time with grief. Tough time with grief. I'm so sorry. Let's bring in some jet. Jet helps us to be with our grief but not overwhelmed by it, so that we can process what we need to process to move on. Yeah, it helps us from being super numb and avoidant to just completely overwhelmed and frozen. So we'll bring that in. It can be a really big relief to have. And let's bring out some rhodonite too. This is like the broken heart stone, unrequited love, breakups, all of that kind of stuff, but also grief. I have, this is crematory jewelry that I'm wearing, and it's made of rhodonite. It's also helpful if you're working to overcome the impacts of emotional abuse too. It's also great for allergies and autoimmune stuff too. So that's rhodonite. Loving all the love in the chat. Everybody's so incredibly warm and supportive here. I love it. Moonstone. We'll definitely bring this in. I saw a couple requests. This one can be great for, again, for a lot of things. It's definitely protective of travelers. So JS, that'll help you. But connection with the divine feminine, anything having to do with women's health, connection with the ebb and flow of nature, specifically even with the tides. It's moonstone and the moon controls the tides. And I don't know about those of you in Philly, but we just had a little bit of hail come down in West Philly just as I was about to go live. And it was a little bit strange. We were not expecting that today. Didn't even know it was even remotely cold enough on any level, but okay, here we are. But also, yeah, getting into contact with the cycles of nature and deep wisdom. I often think of this stone as related to the tarot card, the High Priestess. Let's go ahead and bring that around. Great for women's health and healing on all levels. Connection with intuition. Old wisdom. Okay, let's see. Blood sugar, thyroid. Okay, cool. Serpentine is helpful for blood sugar, diabetes, hypoglycemia. Also great for trance meditation too, and thought to be helpful for things like calcium and magnesium deficiency, and I struggle with those. This can be really helpful stone. On a spiritual level, it can also be great for coming into a sense of calm and peace, especially if you're coming to terms with a new diagnosis or illness. I found this to be a helpful stone. It's also great for things like muscle weakness, and it's also thought to be helpful for things like dementia. A lot of people have indicated it for that. So go ahead and bring some serpentine in. These serpentine were a gift from Jennifer Vatsa, who's in the chat right now. Her crystal shop is on Etsy. You can check it out. It's Belladonna Botanicals. So thank you for these. Gotcha. We'll add that into... I have pyrite. This is one that's also indicated for like career advancement by a lot of folks too. Pyrite can help the body to make the most of energy healing sessions too, but it's great for opening up to intuition while also protecting at the same time. It's often one that I recommend to folks who are just opening up to their intuition for that reason. It can kind of helps with, yes, I'd like to be open, but there's limits kind of idea. But it also helps to bring about financial abundance. So I'm going to bring this in. I feel like with Korakar's mom in mind, that's been a really helpful stone. I'm going to just bring in 2 more. But yeah, great for manifesting financial help too. Aquamarine is great for customer service. It's like the anti-Karen stone, I like to call it. It helps with disarming the, what's a good way to put it, the not just the easily aggrieved, the already aggrieved. People who are almost looking for a way to let their emotional charges out at someone else kind of thing. People who are looking for an excuse to be upset, that kind of stuff. This can be helpful for that. It can also be really helpful for may justice prevail. So if you've got legal matters or anything, this can be really helpful. It's also great for just forgiveness in general and body fluids, all of them. So we'll bring that in. Unakite is really helpful for all matter of women's health, women's body, whether it's hormonal, whether it's prenatal, postnatal, whatever it might be. Very, very helpful. Also for quitting smoking and metabolism. And it's hailing again. That's so weird. Well, I mean, I guess it shouldn't be that weird. There were tornadoes west of us yesterday, so. Far west of us, but still, it's the same storm system. But yeah, this is Unakite. Another stone helpful for protection during travel and moving house, things like that. And I did see JS's request. Is tourmalinated quartz. Now this is black tourmaline, which is great at dispelling negative or less than great energy running through clear quartz. And so it's great at breaking things up. So stuck energy spiritually, emotionally can be really helpful for that. But it's also great for breaking up scar tissue, lesions, things like that. It's helpful with new jobs, new gigs, new streams of revenue, not just a new job, but if you're looking for like a secondary thing, that can be helpful. It's also really great for breaking up old patterns, releasing nervous energy too. Okay. Maybe we'll put these here. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, wow. Danielle, welcome to your new life. My goodness. Shiva Lingam are similar. I don't have Shiva Lingam. The thing that pops to mind is potentially like carnelian. Let me know if you feel comfortable with it. Let me know what you're looking to have it support. And I might be able to do that for you. Let's see. Okay, so we've got frustration. Gotcha. I definitely want to bring in some green calcite. It's another green heartstone. I'm going to add a couple, but this one in particular is great for anxiety in general, just all together anxiety. It can really ease things. Also, if things are just very tense, it can kind of break that tension a little bit. Especially if you're carrying that nervousness in your body, if you're getting nervous and anxious and you're like feeling that tension, this can help break that up and dissipate it. It also helps with just lightening the mood in general. So yeah, green calcite. Dumotierite can help with patience, which can really aid with frustration and letting go of frustration. It's also fantastic for standing up for yourself and any kind of pent-up anger that you're having difficulty expressing or moving through, or it seems like it's almost a roadblock. You're just sort of stuck in it. But yeah, standing up for yourself, using that whatever is giving you the angry energy to kind of make the best of things. If you need it to help motivate you or give you the confidence to speak up for yourself, this is a great stone to use that energy in a constructive rather than destructive way. So yeah, let's bring some, this is Dumotierite. We will bring this in. Let's bring that in here. Also wanted to bring in some orange sunstone. I just feel like we could really use the help with manifesting. So when we're thinking about making plans for the future, sometimes we can sell ourselves a little bit short. This is in alignment with like career advancement or where we're moving, where we're going, what we're doing, what our next steps are. Sometimes we don't even see that we're selling ourselves a little short. And this is one that can help us be a little bit more sure of ourselves, to kind of see through Spirit's eyes what is the greatest version of what's possible. So this is orange sunstone. So I'm going to put that in too. And I do see yours, Chris. I'm going to tend toward those for sure. Oh, wow. Yeah, you're moving house tomorrow. I knew you were looking for a place to move, but yeah. Working with deity and goddess. Okay. Moving abroad long term. Okay. Definitely the orange sunstone. Fire quartz. Yeah, we can put that in there too. Picture jasper. This is very indicated for moving abroad. This is also helpful for hidden fears. If you feel like somehow you keep getting in your own way and you can't figure out how, sometimes you need to kind of break up old patterns, and sometimes it's a matter of like there's a hidden fear that needs to be addressed. And so picture jasper can help us see the big picture and see a better vision of what can be. It also goes by desert jasper. But yeah, future potential, seeing what could possibly be. It's very aligned with the soul star chakra, which is above the crown. And that's like where we visualize what's possible in the future. Our soul's vision. It's almost like our spiritual North Star. But very much aligned with new cultures, moving abroad, things like that. Okay, cool. Yeah. Working with deity and goddess. I'm going to think about that. Moonstone's a good one for that, and I've got Moonstone in there. But I'll keep thinking about that. Okay. So we got petrified wood. Sapphire, iolite, Lemurian quartz is a great suggestion too. Sapphire is superb for working with our spiritual connection. If we're doing mediumship or channeling or in any way trying to get messages from spirit, sapphire helps not only get those messages, but also if we are translating them for someone else, it can really help us to find a way to express the message we got in a way that's meaningful for our querent to understand. So if you do tarot readings or any of that kind of stuff for other people, this is an especially helpful stone. So I'm going to bring this in. This is sapphire, and this is what raw sapphire looks like. Sometimes it's a bit more readily seen through. Other times it's just how it's cut and shaped. But yeah, this is true raw sapphire. That here. Okay. Lemurian quartz helps with healing the past. So childhood of this life or things from other past lives, whether or not you have past life recall, it can still really help. So yeah, Lemurian quartz, specifically blue mist Lemurian quartz. This was a gift from Cora Carr and Vincent. Thank you both so much. But yeah, this is spiritual learning, your self-healing journey, as well as learning about yourself in a way that can be really empowering. So we'll bring this into... This time we will place these inward. Yeah, it is coming out really good today. Thank you for all your support. Hey, Susan, good to see you. Sandy, welcome in. Clearer pathways, motivation to study. Absolutely. Motivation. Gotcha. Cardio health very much is a Unakite thing, which is here. This can help with heart stuff, especially women with heart things. But it's very helpful for heart and heart rhythms, cardiac support, and as is the tourmalinated quartz. This is thought to be really helpful with the heart, especially if there's blockages. This is thought to break up blockages and scar tissue physically, mentally, and emotionally. But there's also some other stones I'll bring in too. Before I do that, I'm going to bring in some emerald, which is helpful for finding and sort of renewing, reigniting our passion for life or any part of our life, any aspect of our life. It's also great for healing skin and tissue, as well as upper respiratory health and confidence, especially for appearance. So confidence in your appearance. So that's emerald. Let's see. Iolite is helpful for visionary experiences of spirit. So if you do guided imagery, if you work with meditation and you tend to see things in your meditation, clairvoyance is a way to put it. Also, if you do any kind of psychopomp work or shamanic journeying, this can really help. It's also one that if you have an intention on losing weight, this can be helpful. It's helpful for money management, and it's also helpful for sleep disturbances, especially if you have difficulty grounding after doing any kind of intuitive work and you need help sleeping. This can be very helpful. So this is iolite. So iolite there. We've also got, we'll bring in some rutilated quartz. Rutilated quartz helps to focus and direct energy. So that's healing energy, or even your mind. If you're having difficulty focusing on something, rutilated quartz can really help. These, very similar to the concept of tourmalinated quartz, where the tourmaline runs through it, these rutils are thought to focus energy. It's also great for energizing. So if you need a little bit more energetic support, maybe you're really run down or you're just getting over being sick, this can be helpful. And it's also considered a beautiful gift for anyone who is struggling with cancer. It's thought to help direct the cancer treatments towards whatever, wherever it needs to most go. So rutilated quartz. And let's go ahead and let's actually do this big piece of rutilated quartz right in the middle. Definitely going to bring in carnelian for creativity. This is for a lot of you, carnelian comes in. So definitely for creativity and anything having to do with the sacral chakra. Also great for calling on a romantic partner, as is moonstone. This is also great for fertility, as well as sexual function and dysfunction, and how we relate to others. So this can help with coworkers, colleagues, friends, family members, any kind of group of people, even colleagues or people working together on a project. This can help folks see how they relate to one another, like where they can show up and how they can show up and how they can create space for someone else to do their part. This is a great stone too for apathy and laziness. So this can be a good one for motivation as well. So carnelian. Blue kyanite can help with self-acceptance and understanding spiritual guidance. So if you feel like you've been getting answers to things from spirit, whether it's in your dreams or when you're reading cards or what have you, but you just kind of can't understand the message, this is a perfect stone. I often recommend this for folks who are like, I have these dreams that I'm just sure are so meaningful, but I can never understand them. Blue kyanite. Also great as a gift for anyone who is recovering from, say, a stroke or any other kind of brain injury that's impacted the ability to speak or your mobility at all. It's thought to help support that. But also just radical acceptance, accepting yourself exactly as you are. Can be perfect stone for that. So let's go ahead and put that here and here. see, motivation, study. Let's do some tiger eye. This is great for study and research. It's also thought to be very linked with career and career path. It's very protective, especially if you're dealing with like envy or jealousy. It can help bolster courage. And it's one that can also be good for those of you who are trying to envision a possible future and what you want to have. It helps with big picture thinking and entrepreneurship. So more than just like spiritual envisioning, this is like, okay, how do I make it work? How do I make the plans to get them to happen? This can help you to do that, to be in touch with the highest version of what's possible and making it physically tangible here on Earth. So yeah, tiger eye for sure. Pardon my arm, everyone. Just trying my best to fit in all the love we can. There we go. Okay. Hey, Vincent, good to see you. Pathways to motivation, motivation in general, and soul's purpose. I'm really feeling some polychrome jasper for a lot of us. This helps us to feel like we want to embrace what's new and we want to walk on our spiritual path, and we're excited to do the work that brings us forward. It's a very good stone. Like I used it a lot right after the start of COVID, when it was like, okay, we've been sitting waiting for things to go back to normal, which was never to be. And it's like, okay, let me get excited about this new way of moving forward and actually feel like motivated to get up and do the work. Really helpful stone. So polychrome jasper. Comes in a lot of colors. It's a really beautiful stone. And also I'm going to bring in some aragonite with Caribbean blue calcite. Chris requests this, and it's one that I think we're really vibing on today. So this is actually two types of calcite in one specimen together, and together it's just really powerful. So there we go. Here we go. So aragonite and Caribbean blue calcite together. So the aragonite is the brown. Aragonite actually looks like this when you find a piece of aragonite. And aragonite is a calcite that works with our, more like what we just described with polychrome jasper and tiger eye. This is connection to the things that are important, our soul's purpose, what we want to do and get done, and how to make it physically tangible, something we can act on here on Earth. That's the Earth Star chakra, and it's beneath the root chakra. But think of it as encompassing very much the root chakra too. Aragonite works with the root chakra to help us feel that we are connected to Earth, our basic needs are met, and that we can show up in life. We can walk the walk, so to speak. But aragonite especially is helpful with that. Okay, this is what I'm walking with purpose. The Caribbean blue calcite is more like the upper chakra, the crown and the third eye, and especially the Earth Star chakra, Soul Star chakra that I mentioned earlier when we were talking about what we can envision going forward with things like picture jasper and orange sunstone, envisioning what our future potential is. That's what the blue encompasses. So this balances both of those areas, and that allows the Kundalini energy at the base of the spine to more easily flow and move, and helps all of the energy between those 2 points to flow more easily. So it's a really powerful stone. A lot of it is being mined right now, and I think it's kind of funny that what's getting mined right now is what we need. But yeah, if you find it online, it's likely to not be quite so see-through as mine, but be more like a bright light blue and a dark brown. So if you see it that way, that's still the same stone. But yeah, there's a lot of it being mined right now. There we go. Oh yeah, I got Unakite and Moonstone for sure. Hey W, good to see you. There is another stone too for women's health, and that's pink tourmaline. So I'll add that too. Everything having to do with any kind of women's issue up to and including like specifically GYN issues. But mom and baby bonding, all of that kind of stuff. But it's also helpful for dispelling negative self-image, and also for migraines and neuralgia. So yeah, this is very helpful for women's health, and just filled with love, unconditional love too. So we'll bring that in. And let's see what else we have for everyone. Golden rays of success and acquisition. I love that. Let's do some Herkimer in support of Susan and Greg, but also a lot of our requests. I think also for Vincent too. Herkimer is helpful for, one, being in the present moment, which, I mean, that's super underrated, but also for manifesting, and specifically manifesting in a very spiritual way, asking for the biggest, highest, spiritually aligned version of what you're asking for as it relates to you and everyone and everything else that request touches. That's where being in the present moment can be really helpful. Before we wish our lives away and keep thinking about what's next, sometimes it can be really beautiful to sit and be aware of where we are right here and now before we, keep looking at the future. It's a helpful dichotomy. It's a helpful balance. It also helps to harmonize discordant energy. So if ever it just feels almost like things are just sort of off and you can't put your finger on it, this is a beautiful stone to call on, as well as metabolism and intuitive ability. So we'll bring this in. Helps us to call upon the right people, places, and things. I know it looks somewhat similar to that Lemurian quartz, but it's quite different, although they are both clear quartz. There we go. I was just watching a video on YouTube this morning of someone. There's been quite a bit of mine. Like right now is a perfect time to go looking for Herkimer diamonds in Herkimer, New York, because the ground is very wet. And so it's easy to kind of reach in and grab what you're looking for. And people were literally doing just that. It's kind of beautiful. Let's see. Yeah, so much love in the chat. Thank you, everyone. Let's do Okay, I think we're about at that point where, let's see, and connection to divine and divinity. I want to bring this in instead of the Shiva Lingam. I feel like the best one for that would be Moonstone to connect with a specific goddess. But this can help, and this will also help with Vincent and Korakar as well. This is Pre-Night. This helps with any kind of spiritual teaching or learning, anything having to do with spiritual purpose. I did also see a request for helping to learn about, sorry, I'm just trying to see whose it was. I think it was Lisa. Advancing your understanding of supplements and things like this can help with any kind of spiritual knowledge and wisdom. So you can always add this to like wanting to learn. This helps to set a nice spiritual classroom type space for learning and teaching. But it can also help with quieting a wandering mind. It can help with lucid dreaming, prophecy, psychopomp work. If you're doing any kind of deep meditative spiritual envisioning, this can be really helpful. But it also helps us to refuse unrelated requests, and to, if you have a hard time saying no, this is a great stone, especially if you need to prioritize your spiritual path. So I'm going to bring this into, and that's Pre-Night. Very helpful stone for healers. And so I'm going to do that thing that I do where I take a few moments and I reflect on all the requests that you all had. I think of a couple of stones that would really add quite a bit to the grid that we've all built together, and you all are going to vote on it before I quickly explain what Reiki is, and then we get into the healing. So for those of you who are new, you are not limited to just one vote. Hint, hint. Oh, any other thoughts for the heart? Yes, I put in Unakite, and I put in tourmalinated quartz. Unakite is a great stone for the physical heart and for cardiac health, especially in women. Let's see. And I'll see if I can think of any other more. Or thyroid. Thyroid too. Thyroid also helpful for things like that. I'm also going to bring in some green kyanite. Green kyanite is thought to be like everything in the chest, including the heart, the lungs, the cardiopulmonary system, as it all works together, asthma, and even the throat to an extent. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Also helps with wisdom through intuition and connecting with plants and nature. So that's green kyanite. So that can't help. That can't hurt. As far as thyroid and that kind of hormone balance, definitely Unakite. Definitely Unakite. As well as the pink tourmaline doesn't hurt. Let me go ahead and bring this in. And then I'm going to pick two more that y'all are going to vote on. And yes, definitely, Susan has already kind of hinted everyone in. You can, you're not limited to just one vote. So give me one moment to think of a couple more stones to vote on. Chat amongst yourselves while I do that. Let's see. I have one that feels really important. Hey, Dell, good to see you. Procrastination, polychrome jasper. Absolutely. I use this all the time for that. Helps us feel like we can get up and go and start moving on the things that we need to do to move forward in life. So definitely that one. Okay, so I have a couple ideas. First of all, I'm going to add a little bit more green calcite and Unakite because I feel like they're needed in this grid. So I'm going to add a piece of another piece of green calcite. This was a gift from a student. And I'm going to add in this Unakite as well. But in addition to that, this is what I want y'all to vote on. One is Larimer. This one helps us to be in touch with our spiritual purpose and to feel a little bit more empowered, ready to innovate and think of a whole bold new way to go forward with our spiritual purpose. One that we're totally confident in, even though it doesn't look like anyone else's path, because your spiritual path isn't supposed to look like anyone else's. This can be really wonderful for that. And the other was very much in connection with the request that we had from Belinda about connecting with our feminine deities and things like that is another type of moonstone. This is called rainbow moonstone, and it's kind of a misnomer. It's actually white labradorite. But labradorite, moonstone, rainbow moonstone, they all are very closely related to one another. But this can be very helpful with channeling, connection to spirit, and also if you're doing any kind of deity work around female deities, any kind of moonstone is helpful, but this could be particularly helpful. So yeah, beautiful. So we have the Larimer or Rainbow Moonstone. Feel free to vote in the chat. If you haven't already liked the stream, please consider doing so. It helps to push the stream out to more people and helps grow the channel, and I really appreciate it. I'm going to quickly explain what Reiki is all about, and when we come back, we're going to drop right into the healing. But know that for those of you who are new here, let's just say as you're voting, you're not limited to just one vote. And you'll see what everyone else is voting, and you'll kind of catch what I'm saying. So what is Reiki? Let's find out. So thanks again, everyone, for being here. It's an honor and a privilege to share this space with all of you, and I absolutely love being able to share it with you. I'm Danielle Stimpson. I own Learn Reiki Philadelphia. I've been teaching Reiki for about 14 years. You can learn more about my live online certification classes, community Discord, crystal shop, and social media, all linked in the description below. And the style of Reiki that I work with most is known as Usui Reiki. And this is named after this particular method's founder in early 1920s Japan. This particular method is based on understandings of energy that are timeless. And we can really look at Shintoism, the indigenous spirituality of Japan, to best define what is energy in this particular context. And in Shintoism, which is as I said, the indigenous spirituality of Japan, everything has a soul and everything is interconnected and inextricably linked. And within that interconnectedness, there are additional forces at play that are working through all of us all the time that we all have access to. One of those is a spiritually guided soul energy, or Reiki, as how it's translated in, how we understand it in English, is one way of looking at the relevance and how we work with this energy. So if we say spiritually guided soul energy, think of it as the very essence of what our body, mind, and spirit are working with moment to moment. Much like in our culture, we really don't have any reference to it, but at the same time, we're mostly made of water. We don't even think about it that way, but yet it's so important to our very existence. Yet when we drink water, we don't have to think anything about where it's going, what it's doing. Our body on an extremely innate level knows exactly what to do with that water in all of the things that the water needs to do within our body. It's very same on the mental, emotional, spiritual side with Reiki. So whether you have worked with Reiki intentionally or not, you are working with it right now. What I'll be doing with all of us today is essentially connecting to that energy that is already flowing through every single one of us and direct more of it to you wherever you happen to be. And your body, mind, and spirit are going to go ahead and use that energy to your greatest healing good. You can set an intention at any point. Just bring it to mind and let the universe hear it. And the best thing is, because we're all interconnected and working with this energy anyway, it doesn't matter how far away you are from me in terms of miles or kilometers, and it doesn't matter when you are. So if you are watching this in the future, hello from the past, you're going to have just as awesome a time. And of course, if you are here and you want to join me live and I happen to not be live in that moment, go ahead and check out our past healing live streams. Pick one by the thumbnail of the grid that we built together and just go ahead and enjoy. You can always skip ahead to where the light shifts and just enjoy the music and the feeling of the energy flowing to you, or you can enjoy the hanging out and chat about crystals. During this session, you don't have to do a darn thing. I will be sending Reiki to you for 25 minutes. You can lay down, you can sit up, you can close your eyes, you can just simply do nothing. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent. just be. If you would like to use this time in some other way, like journaling or writing music or even taking a few gentle stretches, that is completely up to you. This is your time to take care of yourself. But if you do find a gentle nap is time, great. Reiki will support you, and you may feel it physically in your body. Emotionally, you may have some emotions rise up or be released. Mentally, you may just get a really great opportunity to think some things through, or even hear your subconscious come back. Or you might have an opportunity to get some divine guidance. It's really up to you. I would suggest it's probably going to be a few of those things combined at different times. It's how it usually is. And at the end of the 25-minute session, I'll reopen the chat and you'll be able to ask me any questions that you have, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. If I'm not live and you have those questions, go ahead and use the comments, reach out to me through social media, whatever works better for you. And you can always learn more about me or schedule a private session with me or private reading with me at learnreikiphiladelphia.com. So thank you so much for being here. During the session, I will turn the lights down. They will move gently and slowly through several different colors. They will not flash or strobe. And the music, if you want to learn about the musical creator, she's linked at the bottom of the description. She has her own beautiful YouTube channel with some incredible music to listen to throughout the day. So thank you so much for being here. And let's take a peek at what won the vote. Awesome. So that's our grid. Wow, that really did come out beautiful. Thank you, everyone. Let's go ahead and, oh, it's both. It's never both. It's always both. It's always both. So let's go ahead and put some, let's put this, let's see. Let's take our sphere of Unakite. Can we see it here? No, we will place it here. Yes. And we'll take our bigger piece of calcite. We want to put that there. Is that too big? Cool. Let's put that here. Yeah. Rutilated. Rainbow Moonstone, and Larimer. Perfect. And we'll also add a little bit more Larimer here and here. Yeah, that looks about perfect. Thank you everyone so much. Communal chi, or people coming together with the same or similar intention, helps to magnify the energy that's available to everyone. So thank you all for your contributions of just being here. So go ahead, relax, get cozy, lay down, sit up, grab a blanket. If you need to get up during your session, that's fine. If you feel like your mind is wandering and it's not helpful, just take a deep breath in and out. Sometimes those mind rambles are really what it's all about, though. So enjoy your session. I will come back for you in 25 minutes. And thank you again for being here. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly begin to move and bend, coming back to your body. Thank you so much for being here today. And as a reminder, it's Friday, so I will be back today at 8 p.m. and I will be back on Sunday at 8 p.m. You're so welcome, JS. I don't know about you all, but I certainly feel nice and chill. Oh, you're welcome, Chris. Oh, you all are so welcome. Sandy, good to see you. Lisa, Key, Vincent, Susan. You're welcome, Jennifer. And yeah, if any of you have a request for when you'd like to move the Tuesday stream, the options right now are, because currently it's Tuesday at 10 a.m., moving it to Tuesday at 8 p.m., I think is in the running. Oh, dogs also loved it, Danielle. I'm not surprised. Animals love Reiki. Usually my cats jump up on me and say hello to all of you and purr you awake. But yeah, dogs do love Reiki. But yeah, currently our options are Tuesdays at 8 p.m., Tuesdays at 12 p.m., Thursdays at 6 p.m., and then a couple other suggestions too. So feel free to let me know either here in the chat or go ahead to the post and let me know in the poll there. And of course, on your way out, definitely hit the like button if you don't mind, and consider subscribing if you don't want to miss an opportunity to join back another time. Thank you, Dell. Thank you. Yeah, animals love the Reiki. They really do. It's amazing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start to bring the stream to a close with an abundance of gratitude for every single one of you. Very much appreciate all of you being here. I'll be back at 8 p.m. this evening and 8 p.m. on Sunday, and I do hope to see you all again soon. You can schedule a private session with me at learnreikiphiladelphia.com, and I super hope to see you again soon. Take care and bye for now.